The top FDA official is now saying all adults may soon need a booster shot. Right now, Pfizer is the only authorized booster, and it's only open to older Americans, people with underlying conditions and those who work in high-risk settings. But Peter Marks, a top FDA official, said on a webinar yesterday that the agency's goal was to have a harmonized approach to boosters for all three COVID vaccines and make it simpler to understand. It has been a confusing booster rollout so far, with a little more than 3% of the U.S. now with that extra dose. It's more than 6 million people. Dr. Aditi Nerurkar joins us now. She's a physician at Harvard Medical School. So, Dr. Nerurkar, it seems the FDA wanted a more straightforward approach to the booster rollout. What do you make of the rollout so far, and how can public health officials make it easier for people to understand who's eligible and when?
You know, Joe, it's been a very confusing rollout for everyone within the medical community and outside the medical community. The data supports that 3 eligible groups right now have boosters. We think that in coming months, we may expand these booster requirements to those over the age of 40. But it is unlikely that we are going to have a broad and sweeping generalization for boosters for all. The data just doesn't support that.
So there are still millions of Americans who are unvaccinated. One hospital in Colorado is now taking a different approach to how it treats unvaccinated patients. University of Colorado Health says it's denying organ transplants to unvaccinated patients in almost all situations. What do you make of this? What puts these patients more at risk for COVID?
You know, Joe, this is a medically sound decision in the best interest of the patients. We know that many transplant patients have to undergo a list of criteria, including stopping smoking and drinking and other vaccinations pre-procedure. And this is just part of that perioperative clearance. We also know that unvaccinated transplant patients have a 30% mortality with COVID compared to 2% in the general population. So COVID vaccination, in fact, does support and maximize prognosis in transplant patients.
And doctor, more than 200,000 at-home COVID tests are now being recalled over an increase in false positive results. A lot of people are relying on these at-home tests more than ever. How can we know that our results are accurate when we take these at-home tests?
These at-home tests in this particular instance, Joe, only 6% were faulty. So by and large, most are accurate. The accuracy is about 98 to 99%. This particular report should not undermine our confidence in rapid testing. We know that it's incredibly important. One solution is that if you get a positive rapid test at home, retest within minutes using a different manufacturing of rapid tests. So it's just good practice to have several different rapid tests at home from different manufacturers.
All right, Dr. Aditi Nerurkar, as always, thank you so much.
Thanks, Joe.